What is up, guys, and welcome to a brand new episode on this channel called Bring Legends Back. And as you can probably guess by the title, I'm going to bring a legend back into the game. They'll start off at 16 or 17, and we're going to check out what their progress is like in nowadays over a space of years. And today, as voted for on Twitter, it is going to be okay, let's player search. Today it's going to be David Beckham. Now, at first glance, like, the kid is 16, born the 2nd of the 5th, 2000. No youth caps, no caps at all for England. But his stats are just unbelievable. Um, don't know how realistic these really are. I didn't do them myself. I just logged onto the Steam workshop and I got it from there. Um, but he's just amazing. He gets crossing 17, free kick taking is already 20, passing 16, teamwork, positioning and vision, very high stats. But you can clearly see there is an awful lot of room there for improvement, which there is. Um, he's currently on 100 quid a week. He's valued at 15 grand, and very like this is the ideal wonder kid in today's game. Um, but yeah, I, what we're gonna do is, I think for the first one, we'll say skip ahead until the end of the year, and then so we'll go to the 1st of July for say 2 years, and then we'll start skipping more years just so we can speed it up a bit. Otherwise, if we go year by year until he retires or whenever, we could be here for an awful long time. So what I'm gonna do is, first, guys, I'm gonna skip to the 1st of July 2017, and I'll be back to show you his progress. Right, guys, welcome back, and we are now 1st of July 2017, and let's have a look and see how our little Bex is after progressing. He's being rested currently, played an awful lot of games, and yeah, he has improved some areas of the game. He has, you know, not much, but like his value now is 1.9, and it's only getting 600 quid a month or a week, sorry. And let's see what his seasonal stats were. So 17 appearances, 4 assists. Not much happening for Bex at the moment. No, he is still young, but I suppose if that was me, I'd have him straight in the squad. And like, he's played in the under 21s Champions League or European Championship 4 times, scoring 1 goal, getting 1 assist and 1 player of the match. Now let's have a quick look and see if we have any teams interested in. No, nothing. So first season hasn't gone as I thought it may have, but I suppose he is still very young and there's an awful lot to come from him. So what I think I might do is, I'm going to progress as far as when he's 22, and actually no, 20. I'll do 20, and I'll see, has he progressed much? Is he still at United? Because you never know, especially in the likes of Football Manager 2017, an awful lot of these players will get snapped up early. The likes of Beckham, like, he's only 1.9 million, and I doubt he has any kind of buyout clause or anything in his contract. No, he doesn't. He No one's really noticed him at the moment, but it looks like. But I suppose he hasn't played many games. But what we will do is we'll come back when he's 20, and we'll just see how he's after progressing on, and see if he's still at United. So I'll see you then, guys. Right, guys, welcome back. We are now in 4th of July 2020, and let us see how young Bex is getting on. He was only 20 years of age. Where is he at? He is still at Manchester United, and as you can see, his stats are really coming on now at this stage of his career. Let's go quickly into his history, see how he's been getting on. Right, so he made 17 appearances 2016-17 with 4 assists. Then a full season next season with 37 appearances, 3 goals, 7 assists and 1 player of the match. Then 2018 and 19, 38 appearances, 5 goals, 12 assists. And 7 player of the matches. You know, he's starting to pick up now. And then in 1920, this current season, 38 appearances, 3 goals, 5 assists, and 4 player of the matches. But let's have a look back at his whole overall appearances. He scored in 2016-17. It was 30 appearances, 4 substitutes, 4 substitutions at that were included. 2 goals, 9 assists, 2 player of the matches. Now an average rating of 7.13, which is very good for a 16-year-old. In 17-18, 51 appearances, 5 of them were substitutes, and then 5 goals, 9 assists, 1 player of the match, and a 7.25 overall rate, which was very good. Then into the 18-19 season, where he made 56 appearances and 5 of them substitutions, 7 goals, 18 assists, and 13 player of the match awards, and a 7.64 average rating. Now at this rate, he's only 19 now, and when he's 20, he's made 59 appearances in all competitions, 3 of them substitutions, 8 goals, 8 assists, 5 player of the match awards, and an average rating of 7.15. So maybe a little bit of dip in that season. His best season so far has been the 2018 and 19. But let's see if he has got any achievements. Right, so awards. He got the English League Young Player of the Month award. He's in the season's best 11. He's named English Premier League Team of the Week. He's been in that for two weeks in a row. You know, so an awful lot of rewards. Let's see, has he won anything? Well, they won the Premier League this year, guys, in 2020. They also won the FIFA World Cup, which only means that they've won the Super Cup and including the Champions League as well. They've won an awful lot in the last year. You know, Premier League, FIFA Club World Cup, the UEFA Super Cup, the Community Shield, the Champions League, the FA Cup runners-up in that. Then they won the Premier League last year, and they won the Carling Cup, the EFL Cup as it's known, and they came runners-up in the FA Cup last year as well. But as you can see down here, his England attributes. He got his first international goal for England in 2018 against Albania, and he made his debut against Slovakia in 2017. So a year it took him to get a goal, or a few months depending on what month it was. He got his first under-21s international cap against Belarus, age 16. That's amazing. That's an amazing achievement. And then not long after, got called up for the England squad. But then at the age of 16, winning the FA Community Shield. That's a big achievement in that on its own. And see, let's any landmarks. Pretty much the same. You know, winning titles as he's always done. You know, obviously a great icon for Manchester United. But I don't think he's got any major awards as of yet. No player of the seasons, or let's have a quick look. I don't think he's got any player of the seasons. He's got Young Player of the Month, January, Best Player running up in the FIFA World Cup, Club World Cup. We obviously won the FIFA Club World Cup. But yeah, if you guys spot anything I don't, you know, you can pause along and have a look at yourselves. I'll slowly go down here for you, so you can pause and have time to have a look. You know, but overall he has shown an awful lot of potential, and already has a bit of silverware under the belt already. You know, at the early age of 20. Broke the Man United record for youngest player scoring a match at the age of 16 years of age and 177 days. That's brilliantly. But with his stats, of course, he's gonna be great, isn't he? Like, now let's have a quick look at Transfer stats, nothing still. Nothing still. There's no one interested, but he's worth now 61 million as a 20-year-old, and he's on 185 grand a week until 2024. But will anybody come in from? There's no big clubs interested at the moment. We don't know how this game can go. Anyone can get snapped up at any time. Right, so guys, we're on the 1st of July 2020 now. What we're going to do is we're going to skip 5 years now until he's 25 and come back then and see how he's after progressing, if he's still at the club, and obviously what else he has added to his trophy cabinet. So I'll see you then, guys. Okay, so welcome back, guys, and we are now on the 1st of July 2025, and let us have a look how David Beckham is now getting on. And he is still at Manchester United. Nobody has snapped him up. His free kick taking has slumped a little bit. You know, you can see a few of his stats actually are going down a tiny bit. Not real significance. He still has great potential, and he's a great player. He's now worth £63 million and on £240 a week. So he's still considered a top player with United. Let's have a quick look and see if anybody's interested. No, still no interest from any clubs, none whatsoever. But let's see his contract details. Does he have a no buyout clauses, nothing. He gets an 8.5 million loyalty bonus, and his contract runs until the 30th of July, 2028. Sorry about that. Now let's see how he's after getting on the past 5 years. See how many other trophies he has won. Now, so awards. He's done very well. He's Supporters Player of the Year for this year. He's in the season's best 11 again. He was in the European Championships Cup Dream Team. He's also best player in Europe runner-up. Came second in that. Let's see. Team of the week, player of the month. All consecutive. Another team of the week, another team of the week, and another. Jeez, there's an awful lot of team of the weeks. Wow, an awful lot of team of the week, as you can see here. You can have a look for yourselves. what he's got in terms of team of the week, because he's nearly in team of the week every single week. Once again, last year or 2 years ago, even in the Dream Team again. Team of the week, best 11. He got young player in 2022. Then he got young player of the month in April in 2022. You know, so still has an awful lot of hype around him. I'm very surprised nobody has come in from the likes of Real Madrid or Barcelona, those big clubs, PSG. But let us see if how many trophies he's won. So let's work our way up. Let's go from the top down. They were runners-up in the Champions League this year. They're also runners-up in the FA Cup this year and runners-up in the Community Shield. So not the best for United. Then they won the FA Cup last year. They were runners-up in the EFL Cup. They won the Community Shield last year, 2023. Sorry, 2 years ago. Sorry, keep forgetting what year I'm in. Then runners-up in 2023, the Champions League. They won the Premier League in 2023. Then won the EFL Cup in 2023. Winners again of the FA Community Shield in 2022. They won the Premier League in 2022. They won an awful lot over the last few years. They won the EFL Cup again in 2022. They won the Community Shield in 2021. The FA Cup in 2021, the Premier League in 2021, runners-up in the Community Shield in 2020. They won the Premier League again in 2020, and I think that's where we actually left off last time round. But clearly, as you can see, obviously nothing in trademarks or transfers, but he's doing very well. Let's have a quick look at his appearances and his goals. So from where we left off last, 2020, he was on 59 appearances, 3 of them substitutes, 8 goals, 8 assists, 5 player of the matches, and a 7.51 overall rating. In 2021, he made 52 appearances, 1 of them being a substitute. He had 6 goals, he had 16 assists, 5 player of the match awards, and a 7.52 rating. So just one up from the year previous. Then in 21-22, he made a smaller amount of appearances of 48 and 7 of them being substitutes. He scored 6 goals, made 10 assists, 5 player of the match awards, and a 7.47 rating overall. So he kind of took a slump that year. Then in 2022-23, he got a appearances of 54, 5 of them being substitutes, 6 goals, 12 assists, 2 player of the match awards, and a 7.36 rating overall in all competitions. So a little bit of a drop there as well in terms of rating. 2023-24 made 50 appearances and 9 of them being substitutes, 5 goals, 12 assists, and 6 player of the match awards with a 7.42 rating overall in all competitions. So leaped up a little bit from the previous year. And then now this year he had made 52 appearances, 1 of them being a substitution. He has 12 goals, 16 assists, 10 player of the match awards, and a 7.90 rating overall. That is his best rating so far. And as an overall so far in his career in the 25, he's made 314 appearances, scored 37 goals, 74 assists, and 34 player of the match awards. That's a tongue twister. And then overall for his career so far, he has an average of 7.53 overall rating. Which is still very good. It has to be said, but in terms of I'm surprised to see already in his young age of 25, he doesn't really have a perfected position in terms of how he can play, especially in the central midfield. Maybe on the wing, he's better as a wide playmaker on the wing, on the right of midfield, and then as an attacking midfielder, he doesn't really have anything perfected either. But his stats still are very good. Where he plays most would be in that midfield area, and 16 corners, 17 still very good. As I said, his free kicks took a bit of a battering. Losing 1, he was 20 when we started. But other than that, he is still a very, very strong player. Now, we are going to skip to 2030, the 1st of July 2030, and see has anyone come in from by then, because he is reaching peak now in his career. He's 25. They usually say between 25 and 28 a player reaches peak. But let us see how Bex gets on in 2030. See you then, guys. Okay, so welcome back, guys, and we are now at the 1st of July 2030, where young Bex is no longer young anymore, and he's at the prime age of 30, and as you can see, still at Manchester United. His stats taking a little bit of a decline, not major difference, and he's still a very good player for 30. He's worth now 36 million on 250 grand a week, and has 2 years remaining on his current contract. Let's see how we fared off this season. Right, so when we left in 2045, he made 52 appearances, 1 of them substitutes, 12 goals, 16 assists, and 10 player match awards with an average rating of 7.90, which was arguably his best so far up to that date. Then we went to when it's 2025-26, he made 52 appearances out straight, 5 goals, 20 assists, and 9 player of the match awards with an average rating of 7.67, which is a bit of a decline from his previous year. Then there's 2026, 27. He made 50 appearances, 3 of them being substitutes, scored 10 goals, 14 assists, and 6 Player of the Match awards with an average rating of 7.45. And let's move on up to 2027-28, where again made 50 appearances, but 7 of them being substitutes, scoring 5 goals, hitting 14 assists, and 9 Player of the Match awards with an average rating of 7.32, which is a big decline from his last 2 seasons. Now in 2028-29, he made 43 appearances, 3 of them being substitutes, so scored 9 goals, got 17 assists and 7 Player of the Match awards, and an average rating of 7.66 in all competitions. And now into the current season that he's just finished, and he's made 51 appearances, 6 of them being substitutes, scoring 14 goals, 12 assists, and 5 Player of the Match awards with a 7.38 rating, much lower than his previous year. But let's see what he's achieved now in the last 5 years. Well, he has won the EFL Cup in 2028, in 2026 he won the FA Cup, and in 2024 he won the FA Cup. But that seems to be really it. We left off in 2025, and since then he hasn't really, trophy wise, he hasn't gained much. Let's see, individual awards, has he got anything? He's in the Dream Team, you got Player of the Month of May, Team of the Week, Best 11, Supporters Player of the Year for this year. Then he was named in 2030 English Players Premier League Select. Let's see what else we have here. Team of the Week, Player of the Month, Team of the Week, Team of the Week, Team of the Week, Best Player in Europe, 3rd placed in 2029. You know, so he named Best 11 again last year, Supporters Player of the Year again last year. He's in the Team Select again last year. Then Team of the Week, Team of the Week, Team of the Week, an awful lot. Team of the Week, he's got an awful lot. European Championship Cup, Dream Team, he was in again in 2028. He was marked in the Best 11 again in 2028. Supporters Player of the Year again in 2028. He seems to be recurring with the same things. It doesn't look like there's any Ballon d'Or wins anyway. But yeah, season's Best 11 2027. Player of the Year again 2027. So that's like 3 years in a row he's after getting it so far. And then Team of the Week, Team of the Week, Player of the Month, Team of the Week. 2026, he was placed 3rd again, Best Player in Europe. Let's see, has he ever come 4th in this, or who has won? And you can see the regens here. Yeah, you can, David Beckham, once again, 3rd place. No, I don't think he's ever won it. He had Neymar, who's retired now. He is ahead, he's 38 years of age, wow. David Beckham's only 38 years between him and Lionel Messi. Let's see how he is. He's an assistant manager. 43, jeez. Mad going this far into the game and seeing players that really make the game. Like, now retired. But he's never won it. Never won it, unfortunately. So let's go back to his stats. And we're going to see if there's any clubs at all interested in him. Oops. He's away on international duty currently. David Robert Joseph Beckham. Right, now let's see his contract info. See, no, he actually has a less loyalty bonus now. But he still ranks as a key player and takes up 6% of the wage budget. Let's see, no, still nothing. I reckon he could be a lifetimer at the club, to be honest. You know, he's been there an awful long time now. An awful long time, so I reckon he could finish his career there. But what we are going to do now is advance until 2035 and see, well, number one, is he still there, or is he retired, or has he moved on? So I will see you then, guys. Right, guys, we are back, and David Beckham, as you can see, has now retired at the prime old age of 35. Let's take a quick look at his career stats, or achievements even, what he's achieved overall as a player. So this year he has won the FA Cup, he has also won the UEFA Super Cup, the Europa League, and his first trophy with England being the European Championships. He has won the Europa League again 2022, and then the just the one, EFL Cup in 2022. So not much going on in the last 5 years of his career. Let's go into awards and see what he's got over the time of his career. Best 11, best 11, best 11 team of the week, best 11 team of the week. I'm going to take a scroll down here for you guys, so if you just want to pause it, you just can do. Best 11 for England as well. As you can see, nothing really outstanding since 2020 when we stopped last. Yeah, nothing really at all. We got supporters player of the year in 2021. Not for team of the week, that's really it. Named 2020 World Team of the Year for United. Best 11 for England. Let's have a look at his biography real quick. Made his debut in 2016. He's made 667 appearances and scored 80 goals for his club. Let's talk about his international career. 680 goals. I didn't say much about his international career. Saying how many caps he got or anything like that. Let's go to his career stats. Right, so we left off in 2020. So 2021 he made 52 appearances with four those with substitutes, 10 goals, 16 assists, 6 man of the match awards, and a 7.41 overall rating. Then 2021-22 he made 51 appearances with 7 overall as substitutes, 11 goals, 14 assists, 2 player of the match awards, and a 7.22 average rating overall in all competitions. You can see now his rating is taking a big risk. Stats aren't really the best anymore. But that's on the 2022-23. Made 56 appearances with 8 of those being substitutions. Scored 8 goals. Got 8 assists and 1 player of the match award, and then a huge drop to 6.93 average rating in all tournaments. Then the 2023-24 we made 50 appearances, scored 2 goals, and got 5 assists, 2 player of the match awards, and a 6.87 average rating. And then this year, his final season with the club, he made 6 appearances. Whoa. 48 substitutions, no goals. Sorry, I've been calling these substitutions to his club. What he's made for his club. I don't know. Let me see. No goals, 5 assists, and no player in the match was, and a 6.59 average rate. Very poor in his last season, but he is 25, I suppose. What else can we look at here? Go back into his achievements real quick, just make sure we've covered everything possible. So overall, released on a free transfer, became runners up this year in the European International League. Broke the England record for most appearances, gaining his 184th cap. No way. Yes, at the age of 25, fair play to him. He never really gave up on England. And he runners up the Champions League this year. won the FA Cup this year. So an awful lot of trophies, let's just say that. Runners up, yeah, I think we've read the rest of all this. Yeah, we've read everything else. But anyway, guys, that is our first episode of bringing legends back with obviously the mighty David Beckham. I hope you enjoyed the new episode. I hope you can leave a like on the video as it help me out an awful lot. Also subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And don't forget then to leave a comment down below, show your support on the episodes. And also a question for you as well today, who else would you like to see like this? Who else would you like me to bring in? I can bring in like Cafu, Zinedine Zidane, Edgar Davids, all sorts. So let me know guys, okay? Adios.